And welcome back to this ongoing showcase of BB distribution here during day 3 of CMA Industry Week. I'm your host, Ben Wu. We're going to shift gears a little bit and go circle back to a brand that we did do a first part for. This is the second part, and that is Clifford. Of course, everybody knows Clifford for their security systems, but what you should know Clifford for is for their really cool remote car starter systems and as well as their tracking offerings. So let's go ahead and bring in the boys from the studio. Team JJ, what's going on? Back again.
How's it going, Ben?
You know what? We're halfway through it, and there's still a lot to learn. A lot more to learn. This session we're going to have none other than the legend himself, Mr. Alan Bierce, right, for representing Clifford. But BB distribution, guys, pride yourselves being a complete solution. And how can you call yourself a mobile electronics distributor in Canada if you don't have a premium remote start solution?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to jump into telematics on this one because, that's the way everything's going now. There's pilot programs in place with Amazon to be able to, have a delivery driver to drop a parcel off at your trunk of your vehicle, right? It's look at connected homes, connected cars,
Connected world.
Yeah, connected world, and it's
your car should be part of that, right?
Totally.
You want to be able to start it, make sure your doors are locked, unlock your doors. All the features you need out of your remote starter should be done from your phone.
And the less stuff on the key, the better. Keys, in an industry where technology gets tinier and tinier, I swear car keys are just getting bigger and bigger.
Yep, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Carrying 2 remotes on that plus home plus, it gets heavy. So
even when you're in your home in the morning, what do you have in your hand close to you? Your phone to start your car, not your keys. Your keys are by the door.
It just makes sense. It just totally makes sense. And I think what's important with what we're about to learn here from Al is where the technology is at and also where the pricing's at. Because I think that's going to be an important deciding factor as well, as far as the programs that are available for the tracking options, right?
Totally.
Telematics. All right.
Yeah, totally.
So set this up for us, Justin.
All right. Well, we have the one and only infamous Al Bierce going to give us a little rundown and talk us about connected car.
Hey, Justin, thank you very much for having me here today. Glad to be with you guys again, and thanks for the opportunity to talk about the new Smart Start Pro systems. We've had those out for a little while now, but we've added some really cool new features to them. So one of the things we want to let you know about is we've reinvented connected car directed with the Smart Start Pro. We've been able to take this. In the past, used to have different modules for tracking or different modules for remote starting and so on. With Smart Start Pro, it's all down to one single module. This is a 4G module with 3G backup. So this thing has, wherever there's cell coverage across Canada, the US, and even into Mexico if you travel, our snowbirds out there, this one here will cover you everywhere you go. So it's a really nice piece and it offers great coverage. And it's important to know about that 3G backup because, of course, not everywhere has great 4G coverage. I'm sure anyone that owns a cell phone knows that occasionally when they travel, it doesn't say LTE, it says 3G. If it says 3G and you're not on a Smart Start Pro, you're not going to have the coverage you need, and your vehicle, unfortunately, won't lock, unlock, and start, and so on. So that's a very important feature to have. The connected car reinvented, as we call it, again, is that one module. So many options. We can be using this piece to protect your family, to supervise the kids, to watch their driving habits. We can use this piece, of course, to locate the vehicles at any time. We can do a small fleet and family plan. So if you're a small business with a few vehicles out there and you want to be more effective and more efficient with locating your vehicles and knowing where they are and how long they're taking on service calls and everything else, we can add that option to you, of course. And the biggest beauty to it all is everything's done can be done from your phone for the consumer convenience. You just install the module in. It works with all of our DS4 products. When you plug it into a DS4 product, it'll give you all the readings off the CAN bus on the vehicle as well. So if you get a check engine light come up, this will actually tell you have a check engine light come up, and it'll tell you what code has been set up on the vehicle so you know what's going on in your car. Really, really convenient in that regard. The app also gives you all notifications of any alerts. So if you're Clifford security system is triggered, it'll let you know right away that the security system has been triggered and where it is. And this thing is really instantaneous. It's just amazing. One of my greatest examples on that is a cute little story about my wife borrowing my pickup truck and heading from Calgary out to Kelowna, and stopped to get some gas and a coffee at Tim Hortons in Revelstoke. And she jumped out of the car and left the keys in it, and our son jumped out and slammed the door with the keys and armed it. She went back and opened the tailgate to get something without realizing it was armed, triggered it. I was on the phone calling her, asking her what was going on before she had a chance to get the keys back and shut the thing off. I'm in Calgary sitting at my desk going, honey, is everything okay? So really, really amazing instantaneous response. That's one of the other things you'll notice on the Smart Start Pro is the real-time status updates that are available on the system that we've introduced. I can use my factory fob and lock my car and check it on, and if I've got my app open, as soon as I finish hitting lock, it shows me in the app that the status, it's active, it's been locked right there. So now we have real-time status. So this takes two-way to a whole other level. The 4G is as fast, almost as fast, I should say, as an LCD remote. It's really close. And so now when you activate a feature on it, like you used to see on your Clifford LCD transmitter, you'd hit lock on it, and of course the vehicle would lock, you'd hear the chirp, and then you'd see the icon close to lock. And on the Smart Start, it always took a second because of the communications with the towers and not. Now, when you hit lock, you hear the chirp, you see the lock icon in real live time on your app. The other beauty of that, of course, is on the screen. When I open my app at any time, it shows me what's going on in real live status. I don't have to step into a second phase and refresh the system to find out what's happening. It'll tell me if my vehicle's locked or unlocked, if my trunk is opened or closed, if my system is armed or disarmed. If my vehicle is running, it'll tell me it's running. It'll even tell me what the time remaining is on the runtime. So when I open my app, even if I started with my transmitter 10 minutes ago and there's 10 minutes left on the runtime, as soon as I open the app, it'll tell me exactly what's happening with it. So real-time status is a great benefit. I think one day it might even eliminate the LCD transmitter. We'll just carry our factory fobs and carry our phones. Two things that we generally carry anyhow. So it's gotten that quick, and it's that unreal for the real-time status. A couple of the updates we do have for this is there's a version 5.3.4 that was just sent out to Android and to Apple to be uploaded, and these are now going to give you a runtime reset and cabin temperature. So live cabin temperature, it's going to take the temperature off of either your 2-pin sensor that comes with all the DS4 platforms, or if you upgrade to one of our security systems and add that shock sensor that we were talking about in our other video, a tilt sensor that has a temp sensor built into it as well. When the installer programs the unit, he simply chooses which one of those two he wants to take the reading from. You mount the sensor in the cabin, and it will give you live cabin temperature in the vehicle right in your app, live all the time. The runtime reset is a favorite of mine. Again, when you're out on the road and you get talking to Justin once in a while, sometimes the conversation runs a little longer than you think it might, and you've started your vehicle. You just thought, hey, I'll be out here in 10 minutes, and it's 15 minutes. You're not out of there yet. The app now reminds you, hey, your remote starter is about to turn off. Would you like to reset it? And now I can hit a reset and buy myself another 15 minutes so I don't have to run out the door on Justin. He's always got great stories to tell and share. So that's one of the really neat features we have. And we're going to continue to work on features like that to make it more attractive. And of course, we're enjoying the speed all to heck. One of the other big things that we added to this product recently was the small fleet and family features. So now with the small fleet and family, again, we start with this Pro system, the Smart Start Pro, and we can start from a basic lock-unlock remote start. We can add security options to it with all the Clifford sensors and all the different things on that to tell you where it's going. We can upgrade from that to a GPS plan, which I'll give you locate on the vehicle. We can geo-fence to make sure the kids are safe. If they're leaving the home area or if they're hot spotting, they're going to someplace we ask them not to go to, it'll let us know. So we can keep an eye on the kids and keep them safe, and we know where the vehicles are at. Now you can take that one step further, a small fleet and family. So this is one that you can use again, and either manner. With a small fleet and family, what the big differences are is now it gives you real-time tracking of all vehicles. So if you've got multiple vehicles in your family or in your small fleet, you can tell where they are on one computer screen at all at the same time. And once you've got them up on screen, you can get trip histories. I can click on any one of those vehicles on the screen, and it'll give me a trip history with breadcrumbs. So it'll show me the last trip. If that vehicle went across town, it'll show me where it stopped along the way. It'll show me if I set up notifications for overspeed or hard brake, or there's a sudden stop, or harsh cornering. I can get some of those driver habits now. It'll even show me all those indications along the way. And it gives me the speed the vehicle's going at that moment and so on. So I get all those in real time as well. So you get some really extra features above just that locate button that some of the apps have out there, where I hit the button, it tells me where the vehicle is. Now, not only do I know where the vehicle is, I know that it's being driven safely, or the person driving it is safe. If there's a sudden impact, I know to be checking with them right away to make sure they're okay, because vehicles don't generally stop that fast. If they do, there's a reason why, so you can double check and make sure they're okay. And of course, if I've got staff and there's hard cornering and a lot of acceleration alerts and so on, you know, I can pull the drivers aside and just let them know, hey, please be careful. These are, you know, corporate vehicles, and we want to make sure that they're driven and taken care of properly. So this is something you can put in there. The beauty of the small fleet and family application on that regard is that it's controlled by a master board that the owners and the managers of the fleet can keep an eye on. And the owner, or the driver of the vehicle, still gets a Smart Start app that gives them lock, unlock, start, and security alerts. They don't get all the behind the scene alerts that are set up by the owners of the vehicle. You can also set them up with curfews, so they only come on during certain times of the day, or, you know, at certain areas. And if the vehicle's in lockdown in your compound at night, you can set up a vehicle move alert on it. So if any of the vehicles are moved from the location they're at, you get immediate alerts at them. So you know if somebody's going in using a vehicle after hours that shouldn't be, or heaven forbid, some thief has broken into your compound and is making off with one of your plumbing trucks with all your tools and gear in it and so on. This will give you those alerts and information right away. And I mean, all it takes to run this system is a Smart Start Pro, the DSM 550. With that product, you simply power and ground hardwired in, and you can get all these tracking features and all this breadcrumb and everything else. If you want the convenience features of remote starting, lock, unlock, you want the DTC, the Trek engine codes and everything else, then you can pair it up to DB3, or better yet, a DS4, because then you'll get even more information off the bus, and it works that much faster because this new 550 platform has been optimized to work on the new digital platform that the DS4 offers. So if you want the best of all worlds, that's the way to the road to go down. Stepping into the service plans that are available for 550, we introduced some new stuff last year, and most of the people have picked up on it, but not everybody. And we've got different levels of plans. So now we've got a basic plan. Every single Smart Start that hits the road comes with a basic plan, and that's 1 year of no charge service. That gives you the equivalent to a one-way transmitter. Remember, a one-way transmitters, lock, unlock, start, and everything else? That'll give you all that functionality and no charge for your first year of operation with the system. You can step up to the secure plan from there. It'll also give you a multi-vehicle operation, or multi-user. You can step up to the secure plan from there. The secure plan will give you all that. Plus, of course, it will give you roadside assistance. It'll give you the ability to see the temperature on it. It'll give you two-way confirmation now. So all that status stuff we talked about, the runtime resets and the timer countdown, you can tell the vehicle's locked and armed. This will give you all those options as well now. So some really cool features. If you go one level above that, you can get into our GPS Premium plan. The GPS Premium plan includes everything that the Secure plan included, plus it gives you the geofencing lockdowns, it gives you the vehicle locating, it gives you the hot spotting, so you can tell if the vehicle goes to a certain area. And on that plan, we've actually added the feature of a lifetime warranty. So now that if you're subscribing to this plan, should we ever have a problem with the 550, or should we upgrade and you want to move along, it's got that in there. And of course, because Clifford's a security company and direct its heritage goes down that road, it also includes a guaranteed protection plan. So if your vehicle is stolen and not recovered, within the first year, we'll cover your deductible up to $2,500. So really, really cool benefit on that. The newest plan, of course, is the small fleet and family. And that gives you all the features that I described earlier, all the stuff from the secure and GPS plans. Plus, of course, it gives you the breadcrumb tracking. It gives you the trip history as well. I should note that there are a couple levels of plans on that. I'll step into those on the next slide for you, and that shows you the differences. There's a basic plan and a premium plan. The difference is how fast it pings the vehicle, how often it pings it. So when you're tracking the vehicle, it's 30 seconds or 2 minutes. And it also gives you the advantage in the premium plan. It lets you keep the storage of the trip history and all the data on the web for a longer time. So as a small business owner, that may be really important to you, because you may be wanting to look up some history on a vehicle. If you had service for a client from 3 months ago and they've got a warranty claim about something and whatnot, you can go in and you can look it up. You can see when the driver was there, exactly how long the driver spent on site doing work on the repairs and so on. So you can get some really good history out of that. The small family one, 30 days might be just enough for you to make sure everything's okay there. So you do have a couple of options on that. On the next slide, we're going into the service plans themselves. So on this one here, one of the first things to note is that what we did for the shop owners and for the install techs to make their lives easier is that we've added 30 days of the GPS premium plan at no charge when the unit goes out the door. So as soon as you install it and you activate the Air ID on the Smart Start portal, what it does is it activates a 30-day plan for GPS premium at no charge that you can choose. And with that one, you can get the customer out the door with a working unit, and they can play with it for a month while they're going home and setting up their plan under their own name and getting everything coordinated, putting their credit card in to choose the option they want. So from this plan now, you can get out the door, 30 days of GPS premium service at no charge. You could select to go to the basic plan for another year of one-way service at no charge. So you can walk away with 13 months of service on this new 550 platform with zero cost into it whatsoever for your service plans, just the hardware itself when you install it in the vehicle. Of course, after the 30 days, you can select to go into the secure GPS premium or the small fleet and family or small fleet and family premium plans. And those plans we can run on monthly services now as well. We used to only have yearly subscriptions, 1-year subscriptions or 3-year subscriptions. Of course, like anything else that we buy in the market, whether you're signing up for your cell phone or anything else, if you buy the multi-year subscription, you do get a bit better value on that. So on the secure plan, we can be under $5 a month running our car. So we can be locking, unlocking, and locating and keeping an eye on things and everything else for about the cost of a good Starbucks coffee. We can upgrade from that to a GPS premium and keep a location on the vehicle for only a couple of dollars more. Go into the small fleet and family, and it does jump up because we're pinging the vehicle substantially more often. And those ones on the 3-year plans, you can go from like $15 a month to about $20 a month round figure, as you can see on the slides, and have full small fleet planning on that as well. So really, really cool product and really nice features and plans on that. Again, you walk out the door with something simple and easy when you leave the install bay. You don't have to have customers on their phones signing up for apps and choosing their plans and everything else in the store. You get them set up, you show them how the system works, walk them through it, get them to, of course, set up an account on the Smart Start, and then when they go home, they can make the choices they want, and they can read through our website and see which plan works the best for them. One of the other beauties to it, of course, is they can call our Smart Start customer care, and they can upgrade or move or downgrade their plan at any time. So if they want to move, from partway through a 1-year plan on a secure and move to a 3-year small fleet and family, not a problem. Give our guys a call and they'll take care of that for you. For the install techs out there and the shop owners out there that have dealt with Smart Start over the years, you're going to notice one big advantage we've added to the Smart Start customer service plan this year is since the acquisition by Vox last July, this has now moved back in-house. Directed had a third-party company managing it because there were a lot of calls coming in. Our tech guys were tied up. So this has now gone back into the customer service there. Ed Catapano runs a phenomenal department there. They're reaching out directly to the customers and answering any concerns. And his team has the ability to upgrade and change and move these things right on the spot. So they can do it live. We've noticed that the response has been incredible for consumers, and we're getting much more efficient turnaround on that, making sure our customers are all super satisfied when they walk out the door. Cool. The last shot I have to share with you on this one is just a quick small fleet and family dashboard. So if everybody's familiar with or they've gone into the mysmartstart.ca website, that's where you go to register your account and select your plans, renew your service plans, and so on. You can check your users on there as well. Now the manager of the small fleet and family plan can go into here. He can set up the vehicles under each individual user, set up alerts for these vehicles that, of course, the managing team will receive, and the owner operators will just have the Smart Start app. The beauty to it, of course, is you've got one screen where you can go in and do that. You can manage your entire fleet off this one screen. It'll show you where all your fleet's located at any given time. You can click on any one of the fleet and it'll show you where it's at. It'll tell you how many vehicles are on the street right now, how many are running, how many are parked, where they're traveling to. It'll give you all that information live in one convenient location on mysmartstart.ca. same site that you've been using for years to go in and activate and choose your plans and everything else. This is one now where these managers can go in and control their entire fleet and get feedback on their entire fleet. You can print the reports, of course, if you need to monthly for your fleet, for small business and so on, to track the vehicles. So some really, really great features there in one convenient location. I think that's all I've got for you today on the Smart Start stuff. Thank you very much, Justin, for giving us this time to come in and talk about these great new updates we've got and some of these great new features we have on the Smart Start Pro, the one module, the only one you need. Thanks, and back to you.
Awesome.
That's so good.
The man, the legend.
The man, the legend. Telematics on point. I think some really great features, some really great offerings. And, with the recent acquisition by Vox Electronics, we had that session with them just yesterday, actually, where I had all the heads, all the guys in the security. And I think you can see where that's going. There's going to be a lot of blending of technologies and push forward in one motion under one roof. Al made reference to, their customer service coming back in-house. So you see the guys, the digits are on the bottom for the BB rewards. Make sure you take a look at that. We do have, of course, the boom, there it is, DS4 a complete setup up for grabs. Okay. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds, Justin, to close this out.
Guys, thanks again for Clifford. Please enter your codes below. Check out the specials on the Facebook page. And yeah, just remember, connected car is the way the world is going, connected everything. To have a module like the Smart Start Pro that's future-proof, that's going to kind of keep getting better is the way that things need to be.
Yeah, for sure.
And bringing fleet-level telematics to a consumer level is just awesome. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
There you have it. That was Clifford Part 2, Smart Start, and some family fleet options with the packages that they have. And big shout out to Al Beers from Directed for taking the time to get that presentation over to us. All right. That's it for this session. Thanks so much for tuning in. Once again, you're watching CMA Industry Week, BB Distribution Day. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.